So I had the opportunity to look at the Saints Row gameplay for the Saints Row reboot, and I've been playing the Saints Row series for quite some time because I really just wanted to dive into the original feeling I had, and I finished 1 and 2. I'm on the third right now. And like I predicted, Saints Row, the reboot, will somewhat be capturing the original essence, and somewhat it's going to completely miss the target. I will not be taking any footage from Saints Row because on my channel I want to have a start where I am not using any unoriginal content because copywriting is a mofo. But I'm going to be as true as what they said was in the gameplay, and they are going to bring back the three gangs thing. Whether it's going to be a linear storyline or something they had in the first two Saints Row games where you fight any gang you want at will, then I don't know. I will say I do enjoy it to kind of an extent once I see those three gangs come back and it's not space aliens again. Even though I did kind of enjoy Saints Row 4, the space aliens thing really did lose me and throw me through a loop for a while. So I'm not going to be one of those guys who goes against everything the Twitter mob says and just say no. I'm going to give things credit where it's due. But I will say the game developer saying they don't want any offensive humor in it really takes away from what Saints Row was. Look, I saw what it was. The guy with the glasses, the really skinny kid, which also brings up 2 points. One, skinny people in Saints Row do not look gangster. I mean, there is a tough type of skinny, we all know that, but this kid was not the tough type of skinny. He had glasses, looked super nerdy, they all did, and it just didn't look like people who you would take seriously starting a street gang. And street gangs aren't supposed to be inclusive like they were saying it. I get we are going into the age of quote-unquote inclusivity and quote-unquote acceptance, even though not really, as we all know. But especially with Saints Row, the canonization process in the first game really brought to mind that's not inclusive at all. You have to take a massive beating in order to join the Saints. And it just didn't feel very gangster. I'm pretty sure the bad guys are going to feel more gangster, and we're going to be playing it wishing we were the rival gangs. And it really did have kind of a fall in line order because they're making all the bad guys seem like anarchists and you're the good boy in this one. When in the original Saints Row games, you were just as bad as the gangs you were fighting. There really was no good or bad in those games. It was just gang rivalry. And there's no actual good, pure, innocent people in that kind of environment. If they're trying to fool you into something different, that's the one thing I don't like. And to get rid of offensive humor is just, I don't know, man. I get it. You don't want to offend everybody, but you should put some sort of trigger warning on there. I know if I were to re-release the original Saints Row games, I would put trigger warnings all over the place. But that's the fun thing. That it kind of brought us to that thing. And I don't really like the whole sensitive society thing we're coming up in. I get that there's a amount of respect you got to show towards your fellow man, but at the same time, tiptoeing over people's feelings does not help if you're babying them. It really doesn't. I'm really a healthy criticism kind of guy. I try not to be biased. I try to give credit where it's due, but I also will not hesitate to criticize where I think it is. You could take the criticism with a grain of salt, or you can throw away my opinion if you're mad about it, that I am going to give it somewhat of a benefit of the doubt. I do kind of want to play this game, and if you're mad about that, I got news for you. Too bad, dude. Like, I know a lot of people are going to boycott this game because they want the game developers to go bankrupt, and trust me, if they're going to pull some weird stuff, then I'm probably not going to buy the sequel. But if they don't give us the product that we want right away, then we are going to be just as bad as the cancel mob, and we don't want to do that. The cancel mob is horrible in this society, and I want to be better than that. I want to rise above that. And if you're giving me somewhat of a good product, I'll see how the gameplay goes, and when it comes out, you could expect a full-on review. I'm going to keep up with the news on this. I know everyone's talking about it, so to not capitalize on this monetization thing, which, hey, guess what? I'm doing it. At least I'm being honest with myself about it. It's kind of foolish not to get on this topic while the iron's hot, so just keep an eye out, subscribe. I'm going to do more content on some other things, so thank you guys very much for joining. I'll see you next time.